Hello everybody and welcome back to another Alton Alex YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Retro Squad at the Alton Towers Resort. So if you saw my Instagram yesterday, I was at the Alton Towers Resort for the first day of Mardi Gras, and that will be in a separate video coming out later this week, telling you about Mardi Gras and the event. But in this video I'm going to be talking about the Retro Squad and giving my review on each of them, that is Roller Disco, Mixtape and Funk and Fly. Yesterday I got to experience all three of them, and I'm going to rank them from best to worst and give you my reasons why. So I'm going to start off with the worst of the three, in my opinion, of the Retro Squad, and that is Roller Disco, located in Dark Forest. Now, the lighting package on this is absolutely fantastic, but the duration of the ride, the cycle of it, is very, very short. I think we was on there for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then we're off again. The designs of the ride is absolutely fantastic. It's colourful, it's sparkly. And then you've got the lighting package as well, and I think that'll look very good in Scarefest when you're there in the dark. But yeah, I don't think Roller Disco is the strongest waltzers out there. It's not that intense because you haven't got a member of staff spinning you around. Depending on the weight, you can get a really good spin. But I don't think Roller Disco really is the best ride there, and I wouldn't queue more than 10-15 minutes for it. So moving up a second, I think Mixtape deserves to be in second place. Now, Mixtape is a super bounce located in X Sector. Now, I have to say, with this ride, the throughput on this ride is very poor, because it said it was a 45-minute queue yesterday, and I wanted to do it because I wanted to get all three Retro Squad rides done, but when we got there, I think it took over an hour, because after every person they were cleaning down the ride, and on every other ride they don't do that, but it really did slow the queue down, and it took about 5 to 10 minutes for them to actually clean the ride down. And then it took about 5 minutes to actually load the whole ride up and check the restraints and everything like that. But the ride itself, I must say, you might want the restraint down so there's no gap in between your leg and the restraint. Because yesterday when I was on it, there was a bit of a gap in between the leg and the restraint. And when the ride's in operation, the restraint does come down. It does hit you quite hard on the leg and the lower stomach. So yeah, just with the restraints, I think it would be better with lap bars. Well, not lap bars, but yeah, one of them that covers your lower legs, and not an over-the-shoulder restraint. But I'm not really fond of Mixtape. I will do it again, but it's a really fun ride. But it's just a bit bashy on the ears as well, and it's quite rough. Not in a roller coaster way, but it's just quite rough within like your head hitting off either side of the restraint, and it's very uncomfortable with the restraint. But yeah, I would pull that restraint down as hard as you can. But yeah, moving on to first place, and I did not think I was going to like this ride. It's Funk and Fly. I think Funk and Fly is the best flat ride at Alton Towers. It is fantastic. You start spinning around, you've got the 80s music playing as well, and it's such a laugh because you can have a sing with everyone on the ride, and then it starts spinning, and then you start tilting over, and it is absolutely incredible. It's actually quite intense in some parts if it's a windy day. Like, obviously the ride can't operate in really windy weather conditions, but when you've got a bit of a gust, it makes the cart move a bit more from side to side and backwards. And it was quite windy yesterday, and we got some full-on swings that we thought we were going to get backwards on, that we were going to go upside down, but I don't think you can do it on Funk and Fly. But yeah, it's got the lap bar, and that makes the experience even better. But Funk and Fly, I think, is just the best Retro Squad ride out of the three of them. I didn't get a chance to ride Flavio's Fabulous Fandango, tongue twister that one, because of the queue time. It was above an hour, and I just don't think that it deserves an hour. But I'm just going to give my review of what time I would spend for each Retro Squad ride. So for Roller Disco, I wouldn't queue more than 15 minutes for it just because of the cycle of the ride. But yeah, Mixtape, I would say probably about the same, but it depends what member of staff you have on there, if they clean the ride after each one or they don't. But I would rate about 40 minutes for that. And for Funk and Fly, I think I would wait an hour to 55 minutes at max for that, but Funk and Fly is the most enjoyable, and if you are going to the Alton Towers Resort, definitely go on Funk and Fly. I was scared to go on it at the start when I looked at it and I was like, no, I can't do this. But then when I got on the ride, I was arms up in the air all the way. It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that's just a quick review of the Retrosquad. Let me say that again. That was just a quick review of the Retrosquad rides at the Alton Towers Resort. I wouldn't recommend roller disco, but I would give it a try if you do like waltzers, and Mixtape and Funk and Fly would definitely give a shot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this very quick review of the Retrosquad. Yes, I have been on all 3 of them now, and I'll give my review on Gangster Granny when I go on it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, keep liking, keep sharing, keep loving, and I will see you in the next video with my review on the Mardi Gras event. See you later, stay safe.